by the way, Susie. So she says she's got credentials in both arenas. But that is a question. Like, what do you do with the little ones on the days you don't have them? And we're already talking about, this is a point that was brought up by Misty. She texted in this morning to say that the student-to-teacher ratios are already out of whack in most parts of the country. We ran a story the other day where there are classrooms with 37, 38 kids in them, and to lose a whole day of learning to take a 4-day school week really exacerbates a problem that already exists in our schools.
You got to get in the math.
Maybe if it ain't broke, right?
So would the other 4 days, would the school day be longer? Or just normal schedule?
I don't know. That's a fair question. Maybe you do make up for the time that way by taking an extra hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and that would really lighten the load for some parents too.
That's true. I say use that 5th day. I'm just thinking outside the box here to teach kids about social behavior. Teach them how to act as adults for the 5th day. Go over issues of the day.
I like that.
That's an interesting
teaching them about sexual harassment. They never teach them about that. What's right, what's wrong, you know.
And the bullying that's been an ongoing problem, and how to deal with that.
How about how to handle money? How a credit card can destroy your life. How debt can destroy your life.
Make sure you pay your bill every month.
Yes, teach them about life. That's what that 5th day could be for.
Those are those kind of things that you wonder, where do kids even learn this stuff these days?
From you, from me.
The real world hits you right in the face.
From the parents.
Okay, I'm not being braggadocious, but I spent a little time in Norway. And their kindergarten, 1st grade, they teach them how to be adults, how to be polite.
Really?
How to, if the forecast says rainy day, before the kids go out to play, whether it's raining or not, they have to put the whole regiment of the galoshes, the boots, the coat, the jacket.
No kidding.
Not because it's, in America, it's like run on out, oh, okay, it's running, come back in. It's because you have to learn how to prepare for the day. And they teach them that. It's really, we missed the boat on that in this country. And it's not the teacher's fault. It's what they're told to teach. You've got to get in that math. You've got to get in that science. You've got to do that. Maybe a little bit for art. Maybe a little bit for behavior.
I like it for the manners because I've noticed some of the younger generation, you know, when I'm out and about at the stores or shopping. One time I was driving by and these group of kids were drinking their drinks and one kid just threw it on the floor.
Throw it, littering.
Yeah, littering. And I'm like, hello, go back. I wanted to drive back and be like, go pick that up and put it in the trash can. It's only a few feet away from you. Go put it in there. So those things I think we need to instill in the kids again because they just are kind of rude and lazy. And I'm not saying everybody, just a few of them, you know, that I've come across. And it makes it hard. Like we have to teach them how to be nice again and how to respect where they live.
There's etiquette, I think, that comes with age and experience where I think kids spend a little, and this is going to make me sound a little old, but I think people spend a little too much time doing this, and you're not going to learn anything about politeness and how to deal with your fellow man by staring at your phone. We got a couple comments for Aretha Franklin I want to get in before we move on with this discussion, guys. Connor says, "Peace to the fallen. She's a great singer of all time." Beth says her voice and her soul are irreplaceable. Brenda says Aretha Franklin had a powerful voice and a powerful personality. Cheryl says she was a beautiful lady with a beautiful soul. Patricia, God rest her soul. An iconic legend, says Roland, R.I.P. Their condolences are streaming into the comment section right now. We're reading all of them. We'd love to give you guys a shout out on the 12 Today After Show.
It's all over social media.
Yeah, and it will be for a long time. You're going to see a lot of tributes coming out and a lot of things and events honoring her and all of her skills and talents.
We'd like to know your thoughts on the 4-day school week as well. Get in the comment section. You're a part of this show just as much as we are. This show does have segments. It's not us just blathering on the couch. One of those segments is called In Case You Missed It. If you didn't see 12 Today, our very own Emma Jade is in the Big Apple and had a chance to check out the Today Show set and meet one of the stars of that show.
Olivia, you are the famous Today Show dog handler. Tell me about this gig that you got.
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm raising and training Today Show's Puppy with a Purpose. And I started as a volunteer for Guide Dog Foundation almost 10 years ago, believe it or not. And then it's just evolved from there, and I've loved every second. But the opportunity that I've had at the Today Show is just amazing because we're able to reach so many people, let them know what our mission is, and if they need our help, we're here for them. And then we get a lot of people excited about what our mission is, in case they want to support it.
So what is Sunny's purpose then? What are you training him to eventually do?
Yeah, so Sunny is actually going to be a guide dog for somebody who's blind or visually impaired, and he's learning a lot of cool things that we'd love to show you if you're interested in seeing.
Please, yes, show us.
All right, so I'm going to give you just a brief explanation of things as we go. So first I'll show you how he can put his own vest on, which is really helpful. All right, Sunny. Okay. So he kind of gets dressed himself, sits. Good. Head in. Beautiful. Good job. And so he puts his own head in so that it's never a struggle, that they can just hold out eventually the harness that he'll wear as a guide dog, and he'll jump right into it. And then he's learned a few extra skills because he's one of the smartest dogs I've ever worked with. And so he knows how to get his own leash. So Sunny, leash. And he puts it right in my hand, so I don't even have to bend over. Lovely. And then he's also learning how to back up. So Sunny, back. Good, back. Yay, good job, come here. And the mechanics of backing up are a little bit unnatural to a dog, but we want to teach him because as a guide dog, when he's crossing the street, the blind person decides when it's safe to go. But if they were to make a mistake, let's say there's a hybrid car, for example, Sunny's going to be trained to use that as a cue to back up and get them back to safety. So he'll be a real game changer, potentially even a lifesaver for somebody who needs him.
And when will he be ready?
He will be finished with his Guide Dog Foundation training at about 1.5 years, and he'll be placed with somebody next June 2019.
Oh, thank you so much, Olivia. And Sunny, thank you so much.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so
Sonny's such a cutie.
They're all darling. Each and every one of those dogs that they have on the Today Show for a set amount of time is just so cute.
We need to get one. We've been pushing for a while to get a 12 today dog.
I mean, we had
What
Rusco
kind?
in the house
Yeah,
that one time.
Rusco.
Remember that one time?
I'd like a beagle.
A beagle in here?
Yeah, a beagle.
I just want a little rescue mutt, you know?
Rescue mutt.
I'm into the smaller dogs. Don't you think we would need a smaller
gotta be
dog?
smallish.
to
I
run
don't want
around
to get
here?
attached to a dog and then give it away, though.
Oh,
That's true.
That
But then it would go to a loving family, and then the puppy.
And then
would
we
be
can get a
okay.
new one, JQ. And it'll just constantly bring in
Just
puppies
keep
into the house.
recycling
Yeah.
dogs, yeah.
What a great idea. I love it.
The condolences rolling in for Aretha Franklin this morning. This one was interesting. I didn't know this. According to Mark, 41 years ago today, the king died.
Wow.
The queen died today.
Can you believe
Jimmy,
that?
what do you remember about the day that Elvis Presley passed away?
I was a little kid. We were driving in my mom's green VW Bug. And we were coming off of a street in Albuquerque, Phoenix, going into Banal, and we were in the median, and all of a sudden the radio guy comes on and says, "Oh, terrible news happening right now. You know, the king is dead." And I looked at my mom, and she had this shock look on her face, you know, like the way people do.
Yeah.
I said, what happened, Mom? What happened? You know, I was read her, and she's like, yeah, Elvis Presley died. I said, wow. I didn't realize they called him the king
Right,
back
as a
then.
child,
But I knew
yeah.
who Elvis was. And yeah, I didn't quite sink in. It was back in the 70s. But I remember that. Yeah, the look on my mom's face.
Oh, man. That's so wild that it's
that's
the same.
My mom made that
Crazy.
face when Princess Diana died. I remember that. I
Exactly.
looked at her like, and she was so upset. She cried all night. I was just like, what is the big deal here? But I was too little. I didn't really understand, you know, how
People have
serious
attachments
take
because they
celebrity
listen
deaths.
to their music, they watch them
Yeah.
every day, you know, or they have an attachment to them. So it really hurts when they do pass away, you know.
Well, musicians,
Yeah.
you know, you grow such a strong connection to a song or
Yep.
a memory that's associated with that song, and it just kind
Part of your life.
Yeah, it kind of
you
just
know?
breaks your heart.
Or
a
an
piece at a
era
time.
for a lot of people.
Sure.
You know, maybe we're in the 60s or the 70s that grew up with that music, you know.
I mean, when Prince and Michael Jackson passed away, I was working in radio, and all morning calls were just coming in. People sharing their memories. Everybody was so sad. People were crying.
And
like
memorials being built
Yes.
probably outside the radio station, like
Yes.
just coming in and coming
I remember I had a girlfriend back in the day, because we have to wear makeup, you know, we're on TV, and the guys, I used to get on her answering machine, and I'd call her up, and I'd say, "Whenever I wake up, before
said
I
answering
put on
machine.
my makeup, I say a little prayer for you."
Oh, man. Well, that's another good.
What a
That's
sweetheart. Way to drop the answering machine.
I know,
There's some
I'm
kids
like,
watching right now that are
Jimmy.
like, answering machine? What the heck is
yeah.
an answering
Now you got
It's a
some
box.
explaining
It's sort
to
of a
do.
message box.
Yeah.
Think of it like a message.
It's a message box with words.
I remember growing up, I was like, "Mom, can I be on the answering machine?" You know, when you
Oh,
call,
yeah.
"Hello, you've reached the Ramirez residence. We're not available right now."
That is
you
so
know?
great. We had our own boxes.
Didn't you hate the ones that would have like a false start on them?
Yes.
They pretend they were answering.
Oh,
like,
yes.
hello.
Hello.
Oh, hey, it's Jimmy. How's it going? Hello, I can't
you.
hear you. Hi, you got me? You there? No, just kidding. Leave a message at
Yes.
My brothers are notorious for
Yes.
those types of things. They think they're funny, but they're not.
I also had another friend. I left like 50 messages, like to pretend I was a stalker, and I
Yeah.
went through different like.
the beat. To pretend
Pretend?
you were a stalker, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
And they
Don't
just
get
filled
any
it up.
ideas.
I filled it up, and then my other buddy used to call, and he'd actually pick up the phone and say hello. I'd say, "Hey, Greg, what's up, man?" He'd be like, "Ha ha, this is just a machine. Leave a message." He's like, "You're not leaving a message, ha ha."
I think, okay, it's kind of funny.
We need to do that to kids these days and see how they react. That'd be perfect.
Well, now there's apps to create fake voices and audio recordings for that. The guys doing the newsroom on the weekends, you guys are missing out. Join us on the weekends,
when
Saturday
you were dating,
and Sunday, 2 to 10.
Back in the day when I was dating, you would come home and you would run into that room of yours
and
to see if that little light was beeping. And you'd push it and you were so pumped up and it'd be like, you know, hi, James, this is Mom. Next one more lap. Hey, Jimmy, it's Paul. You want to go play some tennis? Why won't she call?
Then you check the phone and make sure it's working, plug it in again, like you take the little thing out, put it back in. Hello?
Landline.
Let's get to some fresh squeezed juice, shall we?
All right, so these days, everybody lives online. You know, you post about your friends, you post about what you're eating, you post about your vacation, and of course your kids. Well, one Illinois couple is also showing off what they're up to as well, but this one has a twist. They went viral after posting these pictures on Facebook celebrating the fact that they're empty nesters. Okay, so the couple sent their last kid off to college this month.
You've seen these before. You know, they post the, hey, we're expecting a boy, or like little Rachel or little Jimmy coming soon. This is just the opposite of that. The post says 20 years ago, we didn't have gender reveal parties, portraits in beautiful fields with baby shoes to announce a pregnancy, nor did we have baby photos on a blanket with a circle around a number showing how old they were. We drove our babies to Sears to get their photos. So in honor of our next chapter, here you go. Apparently a lot of people connected with that message. The picture shared more than 40,000 times, generating hundreds of thousands of likes and comments. They were even on the Today Show as a result of this.
You know what? Good for them. And you know what? Here I sit on this lovely sofa with someone as wonderful as Vanessa and think maybe we should do like non-engagement announcements for ourselves.
Yes.
And no, I'm not pregnant.
Just a picture of your hand with no ring.
Happily single.
I mean, would that not catch the same amount of
We should do it. We're like, still not married.
Still not married
funny,
and happy.
Funny story. Pool volleyball. Okay, we're playing pool volleyball, and my friend's like, oh my gosh, I lost my engagement ring. I go, what does that look like?
That's hilarious. What is this engagement ring you speak of?
What does it look like?
This commitment ring.
I swear.
Yeah, what about us that aren't having kids?
Committed to what?
Parents. Good for those parents. And you know what? Going to Sears to get those photographs, we went to Penny's. And we all wore the same clothes.
Penny's family,
myself. The most recent and some Sun
We went to Olin Mills.
Olin Mills?
Oh, yeah.
Olin, okay. So where's that based out of?
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was always like, okay,
come on, Ness.
Wait, let me just take the picture of you.
You have to look up.
Right there. Ooh, click. That's going to be a good one.
Go to the comment section and post some of those crazy matching
kid pictures. Throwback Thursday
of your kids. And hashtag it Throwback Thursday because I know you dressed all the kids in either the same color or the same outfit. My mom put my brothers in dresses sometimes that were ours. It was fine if she wanted to do that, but don't take our clothes. Buy them their own.
Your brothers?
Were they traumatized after that?
So cute. They look like little sailors.
They cool with it?
They were navy and white, very nautical. So super cute.
I got a friend, and she used to dress her little brother up in her dresses. And to this day, if you even bring it up, he'll like fly off the handle.
I'm telling you.
He felt like he got taken advantage of.
We brought the dog into one of those family shoots, and the problem is always to get the dog to look at the camera. So like most of the pictures are you just like trying to turn the dog's head. hey, right there.
Like that.
Look at the camera.
Remember the baby pictures on those, like JCPenney's and Olin Mills, and the babies would be put on the fur, like a brown fur carpet.
Like naked on
and they're just on there.
All scrunched up.
So sexy.
We want to get to a couple more condolences for Aretha Franklin before we move on. In case you're just joining us on the 12 Today After Show, the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, has passed away in Detroit. She's been in bad health for a little while. She was in hospice care until this morning. Chip says, rest in heaven, get your respect when you enter the gates. A little play on words there.
Yes.
Kathy says, sad, my prayers go out to her family. Frank says, respect, one of my favorite songs from Aretha Franklin. Kevin says, one of the greatest vocalists ever. And she definitely had a presence. Bridget says, her life ordained by God to lift the world up through song as well as an actress. You were awesome at it, and now your work is done. Rest well, Queen of Soul, Miss Aretha Franklin.
You know what I bet we can expect to see today, as it is Madonna's 60th birthday? I bet she will stop at nothing to dedicate this day to Aretha and her trip to heaven today.
We appreciate your condolences here in the comments section, guys. Let's get to an extra shot, something you'll see a little bit later on 12 Today, as in tomorrow on 12 Today, because I've got a flight to catch.
No way.
No.
What time is it? I'm on a plane in like 2.5 hours.
Where you going?
To the Big Easy.
No way.
Yeah, New Orleans, ahead of the Cardinals preseason game against the Saints. And we're not just talking about football on this trip. In fact, I'm going to be exploring everything the Big Easy has to offer. Where's Gurky going style?
Okay.
Oh,
think of it like that.
Bringing it
It's
back.
not a real where's Gurky going, because I'm telling you right now that I'm going there.
Yeah.
But
in the same type of
So
format.
it's
In that
where's
vein.
Gurky
I like
going
that.
with an exclamation point, not a
yes, not a question mark. Where's Gurky going?
I can't wait to see what you'll be doing. I mean, you've
Where is
tossed
Gurky
fish. You've done a magic
There's
trick.
no fish to toss. in
Dancing?
here.
You going to be doing
but-
some dancing?
I hope not.
Get some beads?
Oh,
Bring you a lot of beads.
I think it's pronounced beignets.
Ah, that's
a
it.
beignet.
Yes.
Excellent. That's right. You're right.
Not to be confused with a bidet.
Yes, two very different things. The fun starts tomorrow morning on 12 Today. What else do we have on tap?
All right, if you're heading to the high country this weekend, bring your appetite. We're on the road with Team 12's Crystal Henderson. She's making great grub and sweet treats as two of her favorite spots in Flagstaff. That's tomorrow morning here on 12 Today, starting at 4:30 a.m. She has the best assignment with this.
I'm telling you, and she says that it is so exciting each and every time she gets to go out of town and do these different segments. It's always something new. Last week she was scaling rocks.
I could
This
see her
week
on a
it's
travel
macaroni
magazine.
and cheese. Oh yeah. Well,
Really
Emma
could.
said, "Bye, Crystal. We'll see you on the Travel Channel."
Yes, for sure.
All right, Jimmy, before we go, you seem to have brought some food to the
Brought.
set.
I got a brat. I love brats. And there's different kinds. But today's National Brat Day.
Yes.
The best
And
way
Happy National
National
Brat Day.
Roller Coaster Day.
What's
And
that?
roller coaster.
Oh, and roller coaster
Yeah.
day. Best way to cook your brats: boil them at home in beer or
Cheap-
water.
cheap beer.
Cheap beer, but let them cool in the water. I used to pull them out, and then they dry up quickly and they shrivel up. So let them cool in the water, then finish them on the grill. And I'm telling you, you're going to be a rock star.
What do you top them with?
Mustard. Yeah, spicy mustard.
Only mustard?
German spice, not ketchup.
the
Vanessa.
grainy
Well, I probably wouldn't put that on a brat. No.
But you can put whatever you want. They're very spicy as well. And the Brat House today in Old Town Scottsdale is offering free brats.
Okay.
You got to pay up to $7, but you could use that for a beer. You
Sure.
can get fries or whatever, and you get a free brat.
If you
This
bring
is
your
like
own
15 bucks.
stein, will they fill it up?
Oh
free
yeah,
of
they got their
charge?
own stuff. Not free of charge. No.
You gotta
Good
pay.
one. I like how you put that in there.
I'm telling
Bring
you.
your own stein free of charge.
All right, Jimmy, we'll let you get to your breakfast.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us on the 12 Today After Show, 7:30 every morning, right here on Facebook Live. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great Thursday. Rest in peace to the Queen of Soul,
Franklin.
Aretha Franklin. Thanks for getting your condolences in our comments, guys. Detroit shedding a tear this morning.